Today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite tips and tricks to make your groceries last as long as possible and stay fresh and delicious for as long as they possibly can. All right, let's start with America's sweetheart, onions. One bad onion can in fact spoil the bunch. Onions and potatoes are a no-go. It can actually cause them to spoil faster. When you're storing your bananas, be sure to hang them above the rest of your fruit or keep them separate because they can actually cause them to ripen faster. All right, you want to make your berries last longer? I'm always annoyed that mine are going bad. All you want is a 5-to-1 ratio of water to vinegar. After you let them soak in the solution for a couple minutes, drain them, dry them, store them in an airtight container. Lemons will last 4 times as long if you store them in a resealable bag in the fridge. I'm trying to save the world over here, so I use a reusable bag, but any plastic resealable bag will work. Speaking of bags, do not keep tomatoes in plastic bags. That tricky ethylene gas will actually make them ripen faster. Instead, unripe tomatoes should be stored stem down, and already ripe tomatoes can be kept at room temperature on the counter away from sunlight. You want mushrooms to be stored in a paper bag because moisture is your worst enemy. It will only cause them to go bad and to smell really horrible. Don't you love it when you put a half an avocado in the fridge and 10 minutes later it's disgustingly brown? Well, if you brush a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of lemon juice on there, you won't have to deal with that unsightly mess. Also, if you keep a pit inside an avocado, it'll actually reduce it from browning as well. When you open something out of a can and take all of it out of the can, do not store it in the can because that can lead to botulism, which is very, very, very bad. Instead, you want to store the remainders in a safe, airtight container. I'm just saying this because I love you. Bread's another one of those tricky things that you buy it and it goes bad before you can finish it. I always put mine in the freezer right away and just take it out as I need. To keep hard stem herbs fresh, wrap them in a damp towelette and put them in a resealable bag in the fridge. While soft stem herbs can be kept right on your countertop in a glass jar with just an inch of water at the bottom. Make sure you change out that water every couple days or it will get unsightly. Greens, place a towel on the top. That'll soak up any excess moisture. It'll give you way more shelf life. Pop them in the fridge. When it comes to nut butters, don't laugh. Especially if you're using natural nut butters, don't laugh. The best way to keep them fresh longer is to flip them upside down. That'll help to block any air from coming in and turning your nut butter bad. Don't laugh. Your freezer is like a big pause button. Great for berries, banana, avocado, just to name a few. And don't underestimate the power of your ice cube tray. It's great for any stock you have. Maybe you open some, you use a cup, you got 5 cups left over. You can just put the pause button on it, pop them in the freezer, and they'll come out in these cute little cubes. You can feel free to use these cubes for any sautés you might be making, your favorite beans, pasta, and of course stews or soups. All right, remember those herbs we were talking about earlier? They're not gonna last forever, so if you've got some extras you don't know what to do with, you can put them in your ice cube tray with some oil. And there's another really cute cube. These will come in handy for anything you're sautéing or frying up. Maybe you just want some easy pasta, toss that pasta in there, call it a day. And of course, tomato paste. We all know how it goes with tomato paste. It's always the same. You use 1 tablespoon and then you've got the whole can. Pop that in the freezer and then you can save it to use for any recipe you might need it for, whether it's a curry or a tomato sauce, you name it. Your fridge and your freezer, they love you. You love them. So we gotta keep them clean, people. Any bacteria or mold that's left in your fridge is gonna spread to your other good food. Now that you've got your fridge all disinfected, it smells so good. I can smell it from here. Upper shelves have the most consistent temperatures. Bottom shelves, these are cooler shelves, particularly towards the back. And then the crisper drawers. The higher humidity is what's gonna help your produce from drying out. And finally, the doors. They are the warmest area of the fridge, so you wanna keep your least perishable items here.
yes!